So I want to tell you that if you think about something, if you like convince yourself that something is true, everything around you, your body, your mind, everything is going to work together to help you really believe that thing, like to help emphasize what you have already, concluded. And I'm going to give you example of what I mean. So one certain time, I was like with somebody who is sick, and because I have this impression that this person is sick, I know they're taking some kind of medication, and so I began to perceive some kind of medication in my head. I'm like, this medication is so bad. Let me tell you, this medication was making me to vomit because I don't like medication. I promise you, like medication gets me sick. Like even the idea of it, even to take injection, it scares me. Like if I see the needle of it, if I see needle for injection, it used to scare me. Like I'll be so scared. So it's a big deal for me to take injection. Even to work in hospital environment is a big deal for me. But I work in a hospital, but like I'm getting used to it and stuff like that. So I just have this illusion in my head that I already know I don't like anything hospital. Like I don't know where that came from, but it like that is how it is, right? So because I believe this person was sick, I began to perceive this medication that I don't know where it was coming from, but I just concluded it was this medication this person was taking that is smelling like this, and because of this, it was making me uncomfortable. I would vomit. I would do this. I would do that. I would do that. Like it became so serious, and I was so uncomfortable in that environment. I would even look for something to tie my nose so I do not perceive the medication. It was that bad. You would think like I'm making this up. But what I realized is that after a while, I figured out that actually the stuff I was perceiving it was not a medication. Guess what? It was a perfume. Yeah. It was a perfume, but because I already like convinced myself that this thing is a medication that I'm perceiving, it became so uncomfortable for me because I hate medication. Right? And let me tell you the craziest part of it. The minute I realized it was a perfume, that discomfort disappeared. That vomiting stopped. I was no longer uncomfortable with that same smell that made me uncomfortable because something in my brain has changed what I believed to be medication. My brain now understands that okay, this is not medication, it's just a perfume. So I'm okay with perfumes. I'm okay with perfume smelling like that. It's fine, it's okay. I began to realize that the smell was not even bad. Actually, it was a nice smell. Do you get? So this thing is a typical example of how your brain works. Be careful of the things you conclude in your head. By the time you conclude something in your head, everything around you work together as a team to help you really believe that thing properly. It will help you, and you will think what you are believing makes sense. You would think that what you are thinking makes sense, but you never realize that no, it doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. That is why they say you have to be careful with the things you occupy your mind with. Be careful with the things you feel up in your mind before these things start becoming your identity. It can slowly continue to creep in. Imagine the things you've thought, you've believed that were all lies. They were not true because look at the thing I was thinking is a medication. It was not even a medication, and I was so disturbed. Like the thing disturbing me was not even the smell. It was just what I made up in my head. Because explain why once I realized it was just the perfume, those discomforts disappeared. Explain that to me. No, explain it to me. And this is how we make up things in our head, and these things become a problem to us year to year. It becomes a burden to us, and all it's going to take for us to release ourselves from this burden is just a change of mentality. But we're not changing this mentality, we are sticking to this thing we believe ourselves. Stop speaking negative things about yourself, stop believing negative things about yourself. Believe positive things. Even if you have to be delusional. Even if it means being delusional, you have to be delusional because it's going to help you. Like it's going to help you. Yes, it's going to help you. Because if you start believing that you are beautiful, it will start becoming your identity because everything around you will work together. In fact, the perfume, everything will start smelling beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you believe you are a drug, you will start perceiving drug smells around you. If you believe you're clean, you start perceiving clean smells around you. If you believe you're dirty, you start perceiving dirty smells around you. It all depends on what you decide to believe about yourself and to perceive about yourself. And what you perceive about yourself and how you carry yourself, what you believe you are, is very, very important. And you have to be very, very careful with the things you believe about yourself because it can become your identity. It can become your identity. You can start believing things that are not true about you, but you're going to live your life every day living like those things are true, and it's going to affect everything. To affect the trajectory of your life, the result of your life, and everything about your life. Be careful.